I went back to Switzerland. I did some brew courses over there. I came back. I bought a microbrewery, and I started brewing. And the first brews, the first batches, I tried it, and it was horrible. The taste was horrible. The beer was just not good, you know. So I figured out that I need help, and I contacted Swiss Expert. It's a platform from the government. There are actually a lot of Swiss experts are member of this platform, and you can hire specialists from this platform. And I found Freddy Stauffer. Freddy Stauffer is a brewmaster from Switzerland with more than 50 years experience. And after a couple of talks, he decided to come back, to come to Shangri-La and try to start my small brewery here in Shangri-La. And I'm so happy that he was so supportive, and he came to Shangri-La, and we started brewing, and he started testing the Highland barley. And he said, like, you know, the reason why you couldn't make a good beer is actually that you don't know how the Highland barley works. So we figured it out in the end, and he brewed the beer, and the beer was very, very good. So that was actually the beginning of our small enterprise, and we started making beer with our Highland barley. We sold it in good restaurants, good hotels in Shangri-La in very, very small batches. We trained people again from the orphanage, and yeah, we became quite successful, but our capacity was just too small. So I would like to talk a little bit about our product, about Shangrila Beer. First of all, beer is not just beer. There are so many different kind of beers, you know. So especially Shangrila Beer is not just a normal Chinese beer. Shangrila Beer is different. Why is it different? I'm traveling a lot in China, and I like to talk, especially when I'm arriving at the airport and I'm jumping into a taxi. I like to talk with the taxi drivers. So, and all of them, when I say, like, they're asking, from where are you? And I say, like, I'm from Shangri-La. And they're like, oh, Meili, the Shangri-La, it's so beautiful over there. And I said, have you been there? Most of them, they are saying, like, no, I haven't been there, but I heard it's very, very beautiful. And when you talk a little bit longer, you can feel that in China, there is a lot. I think honestly that China is maybe the most competitive country in the world. They have so much pressure, the people here. They have to make their living. They have to deal with pollution. They have to deal with overpopulation, and all these kind of things. I have the feeling sometimes they need a valve, sometimes to get out of these big cities, you know. And this valve could be Shangri-La. So that is exactly what we want to produce. Shangri-La should be like a return to laying back. And this Shangri-La, our place, actually is that. When you come to Shangri-La, you can see how clean it is here. You can see how green it is. You can see even how people are relaxed. The local Tibetan people, they're living with the nature. They're living with the seasons. They have a hard life sometimes because they have to deal with all the climate changes and these kind of things. But in the end of the day, I think they are more happy because they don't have the pressure. What I want is that everybody who is drinking a bottle of Shangri-La beer, he should find his own Shangri-La. Wherever, not everybody has a chance to come to Shangri-La, but wherever he is drinking our bottle of beer, he should feel like he's finding his own Shangri-La. When I think about my beer, I think always about a beautiful Tibetan girl. So there are four things. A beautiful Tibetan girl, she has a nice body. The nice body, we are making it with the mold, with different kind of molds, with our chinke. So we are creating a very nice body. The second thing, of course, blood runs through their veins. So we don't use blood. We use the Highland water. The quality of our Shangri-La water is very, very good. So we have the water. The third is the character. So our Tibetan girl has a strong, strong character. We are creating this character with a yeast, with a local ancient Tibetan yeast, which we are using in some of our beers. And the last thing is the soul. Our Tibetan lady has an everlasting soul. So the soul, we give it with the hops, with our special hops, we give our beer the special soul. So these 4 things makes our beer definitely special. And we are very dedicated when we are doing and producing our beer. So that makes our beer in the end special, I think. A bigger investment, before you do that, you need a proper market research. And that's why I invited my cousin brother Zetten, who is a bank analyst actually to Shangri-La. And he did a proper market research about the beer market in China. And we figured out that actually that there is an open wide space in the beer market, and the open wide space is the premium part, because right now in China there is not a real premium beer. So we said, like, if we are doing that, if we are investing, we want to go for the top. So now we needed the money. So I went back to Switzerland and I talked to my brother and my partner, my friend Kirchli, if we are willing to invest quite a big amount of money to set up a brewery here in Shangri-La. And the good thing was, it didn't took me a long time. Both of them, they said, like, you know, we believe you. If you think that is a good thing, we will do it. And I'm so happy that I have this kind of 2 partners, because that is definitely not the normal thing. Doing a business in a country which you don't have experience, you don't speak the language, you don't even know really the habits here, you know. Invest such amount of money in a very remote place. It's not Shanghai, it's not Beijing, it's Shangri-La. That's something different, you know. But they trusted me, and we started with this project. But if you want to become successful here, you need a team. You need a good team. Without a good team, you can't do everything by yourself. So I have a very good friend in Switzerland. His name is Karma Touching, and he worked before in my company in Switzerland, and he has a Chinese background, a solid Chinese background. He knows how it works here, and I asked him if he wants to help me with this project, and it didn't take me a long time. He said quite fast, he said, like, yes, I want to do it. So he came back from Switzerland, back to China, back to Shangri-La, and started with Zetten, me, we 3, we started this business together. And then later, of course, Ralf Koch came. Even Freddy Stauffer was always helping us during this time of development. And now we are here. Now we are here in the background. You can see it. We build up our brewery. We are ready to run this business. And I have big expectations and hope we will succeed in future. have these two hearts in me, and I think that makes me stronger. That makes me even stronger for our Shangri-La Beer project, because I think that on one side I'm the Swiss guy, which is very exact about details. I want to do it so good as possible, like a Swiss watch, you know. So that is my Swiss part. I want to be more corporate. I think we need structures. I think we need a good management skill. Quality is the most important thing. On the other side, I have my Tibetan heart, which is saying like, hey, just relax. Everything will be fine, you know. It needs time. So these two things, I think it's a good combination. I'm trying to implement that every day in my work. I try to live that, and I try to show my team, my friends that we can become successful even when we don't think only the Swiss way. We can become successful even when we don't think about the Tibetan way. I think the combination makes us strong in the end of the day. So yeah, I hope we will succeed. And what I definitely can say is that I will stand behind the quality of this beer with my name. And my name is Song Zi Yao Zhe.